Hi everyone, welcome back to Stocks All Day with Dr. O'Day. This is my $1,000 journey. As an additional heads up, please note that you are more than welcome to follow along with this channel. You're also more than welcome to invest in the stocks that I'm investing. However, I am not liable for that. Investing in stocks is risky. I am not a professional. This is just my $1,000 journey. And if you'd like to follow along, please note that you're doing so at your own risk. That being said, I'd love it if you liked and subscribed to this YouTube channel. I think it's fun. I think I love seeing these numbers. I love seeing the patterns. And today I'm going to talk about a few stock movements that I made that kind of triggered a couple sells as well as a buy for me today on 12/10. So I just wanted to provide a little bit of an update on a couple of trade moves that I made today. So today is December 10th, 2020, and I went ahead and sold my Tractor Supply stock. I have not been very happy with how that stock has performed. I thought it was going to go up. It's petered around, it's gone down, it's gone up. And actually, I kind of made a change to my overall strategy today. Rather than shooting for a 6% gain with a 6% loss as kind of my stop loss, I've decided to switch things up a little bit and go with a stop loss of 4%. Which then creates a 1.5 to 1 ratio of my reward to risk. So I'm actually risking 2/3 of what I'm potentially gaining there. And actually the stop loss would have been at 133.94. That actually would have triggered the other day. So because of that, because I just haven't been I've been kind of skeptical about how that stock was going to perform. I went ahead and sold that today. I figured I could invest the money elsewhere, and things would be a little bit better moving forward. So I went ahead and did that. Let me just kind of trim this down to 2 decimal places here. The other big move that I made today was I went ahead and sold my JMIA stock. So JMIA, again, I invested in that because of a pretty strong Fibonacci retracement. I actually should have bought in at $26 and some change. I had it all queued up to buy about $1,000 of that. I lost my guts. I ended up coming in at 31.86, unfortunately, because I would have made a lot more money. I would have made about almost 40% had I come in at 26 bucks. But instead, what I did was I went ahead and sold today. My sell price was 37.50 right there. I made 106 bucks on this trade, which was 17.72% of the things that I've cashed out. I'm up $406, but we do need to keep in mind that I also have some current stock. Right now my stock is in NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, if you want to start performing for me, that'd be great. NVIDIA is down a fair amount. I have no idea what's going on with NVIDIA. NVIDIA. I don't understand why it hasn't gone up. It seems to me like it's the perfect storm for everything to go up. I did see that, due to some financial, disagreements and things, they haven't been able to get the supply that they would need, but the demand is quite high. It seems to me still, even with that this stock should be going up. But I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that right now. That's hovering right around 520. Again, I don't love where that one's at, but I'm going to hold it for now until I see something that's worth investing that's better. I actually have about $800 in my account just kind of sitting there. So trying to figure out what my next investment is a really good idea. I did, however, decide to buy 2 shares of SGEN. I put $370 into that. My purchase price per share was $185.38. I believe that's trading right now somewhere around $186 and some change. So I've made about $1 a share on that already. And I'll just here in a second, I'll tell you exactly what led me to invest in SGEN. So SGEN is a biotech company focused on cancer, and SGEN has a remarkable profit margin, a pretty high price to earnings ratio. You know, it's a little bit high for my liking, but I mean it's well earned in the past little bit. We see that, you know, we're seeing a pretty strong increase here in SGEN stock and recent, especially in the last, you know, kind of 2 years. We've seen a lot of increase with some pretty traditional retracements. We would expect that as the stock increases, people are going to take their wins. So we saw a retracement here, we saw a retracement here, and we're currently a little bit in a retracement. But what kind of led me to this wasn't just, you know, the retracements. It's that, you know, this stock is remarkable. They have almost no debt. I think they have $77 million of debt, with tons of cash. So the cash to debt ratio is fantastic. It's a company operating on a fantastic profit margin, like I said. And my traditional indicators, we have the MACD crossover right here. I've actually shifted my MACD requirements. So I'm updating my strategy just slightly. It needs to now be below the 0 line when it does that crossover. I've spent a little time researching this, and it seems, I also traced back a little bit in some stocks. It seems like the below this 0 line crossover is providing me and investors a lot more benefit than these above the 0 line crossovers. I've also started looking a little bit more into this 200-day exponential moving average. I came across some research showing, you know, being above that in conjunction with this MACD crossover is a pretty good signal. But I'm actually combining that even further. I traced back, did some, tracing back of some stocks and kind of just seeing the performance. And what I found was that actually I had even better performance, not just looking at this line and looking at the MACD crossover below the 0. Is that I also require a 50-day moving average crossover at that time. So it has to be above this 200-day exponential moving average. It has to have a MACD crossover below that 0 line, and it has to have a simultaneous 50-day moving average crossover. That's why I bought into SGEN, and that's how I saw the best performance over time when I went ahead and tracked things back. I put it through some simulations. That was my best performance. And what I see, I mean, we're looking at the lows here. I mean, the lows are consistently increasing. The highs are consistently increasing. I see this going up an easy 6%. So right now I'm in it for, 185.38. We're talking going up a little bit below 200 is going to be my marker. To me, that's an easy gain. So I don't see any issue with SGEN. I think it's going to be a pretty easy gain for me. I'm looking forward to kind of tracing that one out and seeing what happens from here. Well, that's all I have for today. Again, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any content that you'd like to see coming up.